I do want to thank all of you for being here. Greatly appreciated. Many of you are an essential part of the great success that we've had in East Windsor Township, so it means a good deal to have you here today. So I'm going to jump right in, and those of you who have seen my State of the Township, I apologize a little in advance because I do make it a laundry list of trying to update you and let you know what is going on in our town. And fortunately, or unfortunately for you having to listen to me, there's a lot going on in East Windsor Township. So the state of East Windsor Township I would call booming and financially strong, and the place to be in central New Jersey, if not the entire state of New Jersey. We take a great deal of pride in that. So thank you for joining with us. A couple words about East Windsor before I get to the specifics of what is going on, has been going on in town. So the first thing that I'm happy to share with you is we look at East Windsor from a point of view of our fiscal health, our environmental health, our physical health, and our people's health. So just to share a couple quick things that give you a little more idea of the character of East Windsor. Our budget this year, we were very proud to once again in East Windsor for the 6th consecutive year have a no tax increase municipal budget to be able to share with our residents and businesses. The budget is conservative, it's responsible, it reflects strong stewardship, and is service friendly to our community. With respect to the environment, we take a great deal of pride in our green. We have a tremendous amount of preserved open space, preserved farms. Our Deer County executive likes to talk about how we have the largest number in Mercer County. And we are silver level certified with Sustainable Jersey, which was the highest level that was achieved when we made our application. We take great pride in our most recent achievement, the solar array system at our police court building that powers the entire function of that building. Infrastructure, we have all kinds of road projects that are out in 2017, 2018, 2019. I will just mention Probasco Road, since it services many of our businesses and residents as well, in one of the areas that we will be actually commencing work in early June. With respect to our residents, we have tons of programs involving people in our community, but the one item that I do want to mention, because it is such an important and visible topic these days, is we work very hard to partner with the county and with other agencies so that in October of last year we were able to launch a community-based program to provide mental health and substance abuse counseling right within our communities of East Windsor and Hightstown. Certainly such an important thing in this day and age, sadly to say, but it is. We also have a program within our police department, East Windsor Care, where our police department identify individuals who they come into contact with who do better to be counseled to get treatment and support and guidance rather than find themselves in the criminal system. So it is an area of very great importance to us, and I'm actually just going to pop on the community-based program. We are doing some adjustments as we speak, and we're going to be reaching out to all of you for support and assistance for that program as we go forward in 2018. So you can expect to hear from us so you can help out. I just point out to you that the hours have limits because it's all that can be funded right now. We have a larger waiting list than we have clients being served right now, so it's something we all need to correct together. So having said that, gives you some of the outline of our municipality. So last year I did something that seemed to work well, and I'm going to do something similar this year. My top 21 plus 1, and I'm going to go through it, try to not be too brief on each one as I do it, but I'm going to do something smarter this year. I'm going to do it backwards. So I'll start. I'll leave the best for last. And again, they're all important. It's always bad when you try to categorize things, but I'm going to start anyway. So number 22 on that list, or maybe I should do 21 and then do the plus 1, is we are looking at an extension of the Union Transportation Trail, which is a major recreational facility in Monmouth County. It's a very exciting project, and we are looking to plan and fund a 3.5-mile extension of that project. For those who like to bicycle particularly, it is a tremendous asset and will help link our surrounding counties to provide a great regional asset for everyone. Number 20, new community bus. We have been working with New Jersey Transit, and they have grant awarded East Windsor now a new community bus. Why is that important? That bus services primarily the senior citizens in East Windsor and allows them to get to our senior center, to shopping, to medical appointments, as well as trips. So it's extraordinarily important to us. It's a value, of course, of over $100,000, and we expect to have that delivered in the next 30 days. So we're going to look for launch, and that for East Windsor officials is a very exciting project. 19, which links to this, is we are looking in the coming year to begin an expansion of our East Windsor Senior Center. Just to give you the plus and the down, is that the membership in our Senior Center has grown since 2014 from 389 to 1,361. So I appreciate to give it up. What it says is we have a great senior center, great staff, and great programs, but as you can imagine, we're busting, and it has presented tremendous challenges to fit people into the programs and onto the trip. So we are absolutely committed to that, and in conjunction with that, we are, for those of you who are local, Anchor Park, we're looking at improvements to Anchor Park to see what we can do to restore some of the pond area there, and we're hoping maybe we can make that part of the project. So this is part of, I have to say, our county executive has a program, Mercer at Play. This is stage 2, and we are working with the Borough of Hightstown, and by doing it in a collaborative fashion, we get a financial benefit for both towns. So these are our wish lists under that program, and we're going to look to move forward. Number 18. So those of you who travel East Windsor, the intersection of Route 130, Hankins Road, and Conover Road is a devil of an area to navigate. It's a project that East Windsor officials have for years and years, and many years more, advocated to have realigned and improved. It is a state road, obviously, so we've had to have the state sign off, and very challenging. We offered actually to take the lead on it if they would support us. It still took another 3.5+ years to get through the DOT. We're hoping there'll be a newer and brighter DOT this year. But we have finally gotten the sign-offs. We are close to the point of being able to go out to bid. I have to recognize my good partner in Robbinsville, Mayor Freed. We have worked together on the project and look forward to continuing to cooperate to move this project forward. Basically, the improvement would realign so that the 3 roads would meet at a single point, controlled by a traffic signal and allowing for all left turn signals, all left turning lanes and turns at that intersection. So we look forward to moving forward, and if things bear out, we hope to be in the ground next year, 2019, in construction. Next on the list, number 17, quick mention of a new self-storage facility that has been approved. 10 buildings, just over 77,000 square feet on 1 Mile Road. It's going to look kind of like a farm because that's the character of that area as you go further north, or it used to be anyway. So we expect that will probably go forward in the coming year as well. Number 16 on the list, the Promenade. This is a mixed-use commercial project. 5 buildings, it has daycare, office, retail. It's on Route 33 on the north side. If you know where that, and I don't know anymore if it's Raceway, Speedway, there's a gasoline station there. So that's where it's located. They have received preliminary planning board approval. and that remains on our boards as well for the coming year. Number 15, Seasons at East Windsor. This is a 3-story, 120-bed assisted living facility. It is approved. It's located on Route 571. They are just finishing the last details of their project. They've been working on their sewer and water, getting their financing in place, and they tell me that they expect to be prepared to move forward in the third quarter of 2018 with the project. So we look forward to that. It'll provide a much-needed facility in our community. The building is very attractive. It'll be a nice addition and good fit on Princeton Heightstown Road. Number 14, the Woods at East Windsor. So this is a completed project. This is a age-restricted facility, a senior facility located on 1 Mile Road. It is 3 buildings, 86-unit building project completed by Sterling Properties. And again, very attractive property. And what's kind of neat about it is that it is located between 2 very other appropriate buildings. One is Wheaton Point, which is another senior development in East Windsor, run by Spring Point, formerly Presbyterian Homes. And then just a short walk away, we even provided a bench on the way, is our senior center. So, and I will tell you, just as an aside, we had to fight to keep that. This was one of the brainchilds of the legislature down in Trenton that gets these ideas sometimes, how to interfere in our lives. They passed legislation to lift the age restricted, to make it affordable family housing. And we actually had to be in court on this particular project, but fortunately we wore them down. And we maintain what should be the integrity of the zoning in that area. So, you know, it's nice that people want to be do-gooders, and we're all for these things, but they need to be done reasonably and not by undoing the will of the people in good, sensible, logical zoning and planning in towns. I could go on that subject for a while in Trenton, but I'm going to get back to my list. So number 13 is the Galleria at Twin Rivers. This is also located on Route 33. On the other side from the promenade that I mentioned, it is a new retail center. It's about 24,000 square feet, and they have continued to add some new stores there. When people tell you there's absolutely no market at all for retail, I'm going to show you as I go along that's really not true, as long as you don't overdo it. We've had great success with retail in East Windsor this year, with new retail centers and new stores. So that's been a great addition, that area of town. Just continuing on the retail theme, number 12, in Windsor Center, which is a shopping center at the corner of 130 and 571, we've also continued to have good success. A Petco has gone into that center, and for those of you who like burgers, that's a kind of a theme of today, but Smash Burger is going to be taking the corner of that center. There actually was one. This is a new set of owners. But it's great because they did a lot of work to renovate that center. It's prime territory in East Windsor. It looks great. And so it's wonderful that they're getting these kind of national retailers to occupy the space there. So number 11, the Shops at East Windsor. So this is our newest retail center. It's about just over 40,000 square feet. This is on Route 130 southbound, and we were actually all just there. Was it last night? Just last night, actually, how quickly that went, to cut the ribbon for Five Guys. And I got to tell you that when you are involved in municipal government and those kinds of projects, you really learn what's important, because I said to people that a lot going on in town, but I haven't had so many inquiries from residents since we opened Kohl's, okay? And it's interesting what is important and what gets people's attention. God bless everyone. It's great, but it is a learning experience. So, and we have, that center is doing great. We opened Subsea Monday, which is a grocery farmers market there. Sherwin-Williams, those of all the stores there actually have opened in the last number of months. It's a very attractive center, very clear and prominent location in East Windsor Township. So number 10, kind of on the same theme, we were extraordinarily excited last October when we had the opportunity to cut the ribbon on Kohl's, which went into the East Windsor Village. That is a shopping center on Route 571, just west of 130. And from East Windsor's point of view, many of these other national retailers are great. I think it expresses a tremendous, or demonstrates a tremendous view of East Windsor and where we are right now in the retail life. But to have Kohl's open in East Windsor, I think really showed how hot the town is, how vibrant it is, how attractive it is for shopping and for new stores. And one of my members, when I was announcing at the meeting, I have to say this, I remember it, and they're not here, so they mentioned, and they just closed the Kohl's in West Windsor on Route 1. So I don't wish anybody ill, and could have stayed open, but we were just very proud of the reflection that it does underscore as to where East Windsor is today in the commercial market and in the retail market. Number 9. Count down. It's getting exciting, right? So number 9, and you'll see why it's here, and it's a question I get often from people. So we're very excited. We have 2 gateway properties. They are not the biggest properties or the most significant, but they are gateway properties to East Windsor Township. One is the former Mom's Pepper Mill. I hope you haven't seen it. We're not proud of it. And the other is Herman's Secondhand Shop. That is on 130 on the northbound lane, and the other is on Route 33. And there are plans that have been submitted to the East Windsor Construction Department to renovate and restore both of those buildings to a attractive and appropriate status in our community. So we are very excited about that. Number 8, Navidium Pharmaceuticals. Now, I've talked about them sometimes. They're a new pharmaceutical company in town. They're a startup company, although they're run by long-term professionals in the field. They are over in our Twin Rivers Park area. They came into town a couple years back. They've been booming. They've had tremendous success in their company. They have grown their workforce dramatically to about 100 individuals. They're hoping to add another 100 over the next couple of years. They hope to be in a continuing growing state. And I think once again, I mentioned them because, one, they're a great community company. They're coming here, and the tremendous growth that they've had here, I think once again demonstrates what a great market this is. And these are great jobs that these companies are offering. This is a great area of New Jersey, great labor force, high quality, great place for high tech, which is something that we really strive for in East Windsor Township. We like our Einstein's Alley label. You'll see the signs around the community. Number 7, staying on the theme, Fordos Pharma. They purchased the property on 571, Route 571 at 1 Mile Road, just to the west of Route 130. They have moved in, they're operational, they're doing renovations there, and there are some of the renovations and construction they're doing is to accommodate brand new high-tech, state-of-the-art equipment that they will be able to utilize in their production procedures. So again, the pharmaceuticals are a tremendous part of our community and something that we really strive for. Number 4 is Shiseido. So Shiseido has been a gold star company in our community ever since they first came here. They have continued with expansions. They are in the final process of a additional expansion right now, finishing up some internal work. They have over 300 employees on site right now. They have found East Windsor a great home, and over time they had moved some of their Oakland employees here, and more recently they closed their Davelin facility in Monroe and have relocated the operations and the employees here to East Windsor Township. So great for East Windsor, great for Shiseido, and as part of their expansion and their renovations, they have tripled the R&D capacity within the facility, and they've made us one of their global innovation zone areas. So we're very proud of them in our community. Okay, number three. So number three, A.J. Madison has moved in and opened a fulfillment center on Wyckoff Mills Road here in East Windsor Township. Some job generation out of that, a 84,000 square foot facility. They are a well-known distributor of brand appliances, and we're pleased to have them site themselves here in East Windsor Township. Number two, so this is really exciting. Somebody was just asking me. So I talked about a approved project last time called Gateway Twin Rivers, which is on Milford Road. It's right across from Conover Corporation. It's a 410,000 square foot facility, Class A office warehouse distribution center. And we were very proud to announce late last year that that building has a tenant, has an occupant. They're actually in there at this point. LG Electronics made a decision to take that facility on to make East Windsor part of the home of their company. Obviously a global name, an innovator in electrical devices and communication devices and home appliances. So we are very excited to welcome LG as a new company here to East Windsor Township. Number one, but this is not the one plus. So number one on the list is the redevelopment of the former National Lead site. So this is on Wyckoff Mills Road. Many of you may be familiar because this has a long history in our community. The buildings that were on that site go back to the early 1960s, 1970s. They were deteriorated, unusable. The site has been vacant, and we were fortunate enough to be able to have a partner and a developer to take that site on and to get approvals as well as tenants. And at this point, that facility is basically complete. They are open for business, and they have a tenant for the facility, which is Modway Furniture. Modway Furniture has relocated from space it had in South Brunswick and some space in Cranberry, and they are the occupant there. What is exciting for East Windsor is that we have redeveloped a site that really needed redevelopment, and the job generation there, of course, is important to our community. We are expecting, at least they tell us, somewhere in the area of 150 jobs. And that site also, due to the arrangements that we made, will add to the East Windsor municipal budget over $800,000 a year directly to underwrite services and expenses of the East Windsor municipal government. So that's a tremendously important, very exciting project. I will confess, we just sent them the first bill. So that was kind of exciting. Literally went out in the last 48 hours. Pay immediately. Okay, and then we have the plus one. So this is our big one, certainly for this past year. And without competition, except maybe the NL site, but really without competition, is Aurobindo Pharma. They really are a class company, have become a great citizen in the town. So for those of you who are not familiar, they are located on Route 571 in East Windsor. Hard to miss them. Look for the green stripe. They have constructed, and I should have said on the National Lead, it's a 635,000 square foot facility, so it is very large and has great capacity. So the Aurobindo facility with the internal space is just under 600,000 square feet. The footprint is about 567,000 square feet. They are a well-known global pharmaceutical company based in India, and they are in the process right now of ramping up. The building is complete on the outside, and we expect them to produce 300 to 400 new jobs in that facility. We're also very proud of the fact that they have taken measures to ensure a green facility, both internally, as well as a solar array on the roof. And they were probably the prime contributor to our tax base this year, so we thank them for that. It definitely helped us to keep a flat tax rate. And I would also have to do a shout out to them. They were a awardee of the 2017 East Windsor Township Business Award. So give it up for Arabindo, a great company. And I just want to mention, I did mention this before, it was very exciting to us. When Arabindo made the decision to construct here in East Windsor, they, of course, fell in love with our community, as all of you have. And new businesses that come check us out, we hope will. They went and they had an opportunity to purchase the Pat Center building, which is right next door. They moved their admin folks into that building, and there's about 120 employees, all administrative employees, that are in the Pat Center right next door. So lots of additional people to shop and to use all these great stores that I've mentioned, and hopefully to live in our community or in the neighboring areas. So that is my list, and as you can hear, so that is our top 21 plus 1. I would mention to you that there is lots and lots of stuff in the pipeline. There are things before our planning board. There are other projects that have been actually approved that I have not mentioned, just because I don't have the time today, and we'll have to keep them for a future list, because otherwise what am I going to talk about to fill my 30 minutes? So there's lots of really great things going on. The Wyckoff Mills Road area has taken off. We are looking closely at what goes forward there, but because of its proximity to the turnpike, it's a highly desirable location, and we are looking at all of our gateway areas to see what we can do to enhance them, both with business improvements as well as other types of improvements. So lots going on. There'll be a lot that will continue in this year of 2018. And again, I want to thank all of you. Many of you are involved in those projects, in those businesses, or you've been supportive of us and many of the initiatives that we have undertaken as a government here in East Windsor. I'm very grateful for you all to be here. We are very hands-on. That is how we do our business, both with our businesses and with our residents. We appreciate the tremendous support that you all have provided. And if you have ideas for us, good, bad, or indifferent, even criticisms for us, we appreciate that you be our partners in making sure that we continue to grow East Windsor, that we continue to thrive, and that we continue to provide a successful environment for all of our businesses, as well as a happy and healthy environment for all of our residents. And you all are a tremendously important part of that. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for listening. And